Alrighty then. Day 104, nonconformity company journey. Got a little book here. It's called Persuasion Engineering by Richard Bandler. This guy was responsible for a lot of NLP, diddly-dee. We're here to talk about sales today. And whether you like it or not, if you're going to start a business, if you're going to be in business, you're going to have to get good at selling. Get good at selling. I sold sandbags as my first job after university, just kind of fell into it. They gave me a bonus of like $3,500 at the end of the year. And I quit immediately and went to work on super yachts. That's another story. But yeah, we split down life in the Life Master philosophy into the 5 areas: health, work, people, finances, and evolution. And any business you can really split down into 4 key departments: the finances, marketing, operations, and sales. You need to be selling things. Obviously, if you're in business, you are offering either a product or a service. It's as simple as that, really. And you're going to have to sell that. And yeah, there's books like this, there's philosophies like this. This is Persuasion Engineering. This is written very interestingly because it's written in the language that you're kind of supposed to sell to. The opening paragraphs about are him going into a car dealership and trying to buy a car and being not getting the answers that he wants from the sales guys, etc. And you know, there's a certain language, there's a certain philosophy, there's lots of different sales tactics, and you've got to get your language right. I'm just working on the websites, the taglines, and the language has to be simple. It has to be sold to you, and you've got to do a good job with that. But I think behind that, you've got to be selling something good. You know, there's a lot of charlatans, a lot of nonsense out there with people using tactics like this to sell utter nonsense. So I think the key is get behind something that you're into something good, and then learn some good strategies and language philosophies to get behind it. I remember a story when I was a past business. It must have been a good day because I got a call and it was like, "Oh, come up to this hotel for an amazing opportunity, this collaborative amazing opportunity, like come up." And I was really busy at the time, but I went up to this hotel. It was only a 10-minute drive away, and it sounded good on the phone. And I got there and a guy was basically selling me an opportunity to put our brand, our logo, on a calendar that was in their hotel. And I was like, this is pathetic. But it was interesting because I'd read books like this and I was observing him and what was happening, because he was using strategies like this. He was like, so by now you surely can see the benefits of placing your brand on this calendar. Buy now is buy now, buying now, buy from us now, but buy now. You know, there's all these things that you can do, but you can see these opportunities, see the benefits, see how beneficial this would be. I was like, mate, it's my brand on a calendar in your hotel. I don't care. I got a cup of tea at least. And he was a young kid. He was doing, you know, I couldn't knock him really because he had obviously been learning his craft, and he was trying to, you know, do things and sell space on a calendar. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's all good business. It's all good business. So yeah, sales is one of those key 4 pillars in any business. I do hope that works. Yeah, the key 4 pillars in business: sales, as well as marketing, finances, and operations. And so my challenge to you is what you need to do is just start selling things, or start talking to people and getting a bit uncomfortable about what you might be interested in doing whether it be a passion project or offering a service or a product to people or building a product or a community or whatever it is, it does boil down to selling. And that takes communication. That takes talking to other people and honing your craft and getting feedback and having discussions. And I'm really fascinated by the art of communication, the art of sales. I'm all for like skilling up on it though. I think it's a fine balance. I'm all for skilling up on it, but it's not about like cajoling people into something that they don't want to do. Like there's a balance. It's like learn your craft and get good about what you're saying, but you have to have something good to be selling. Or if you're just starting out, you're just like scratching an itch, you're just investigating, researching and finding out. You're not persuading people. This book's called Persuasion Engineering. And yeah, so I guess people might need to be persuaded to be put over. If they're already interested, they need to have the language and the user journey and the steps and the flow to, if they want to go over, then and go for it and buy, then great. But I think just being real, being honest, and just offering great products and services and just being real about them is going to be enough, because then you're gonna weed out who's interested and who's not. But along that journey, I think the language, the communication, just really needs to be key. So I urge you, my challenge today is to look at business. If a lot of the messages that we've had for you are to begin to start thinking, talking to people about things, building communities around things, offering products or services even before you've got them ready, like just to test how you feel about talking to other people. And only when you do that, you start to think, oh, I didn't come across very well then. Like that guy had their guard up, that woman had reservations or questions. You can take that and then you can build on that, and then you can hone your craft down. Like these taglines on my websites now, I'm just sifting them down into something that's good and that's just to the point, like no nonsense. So only doing this, only reading, only learning, only researching, testing, and actually doing it in real life is going to allow you to sift it down. So again, our message is to go out, begin, start talking, start crafting, and just get real with it. It's not about persuading, it's not about doing anything naughty or wrong, as long as you can authentically stand behind what you're doing and your brand and what you're offering. Don't be dishonest, don't be bad, don't be wrong, because eventually you get found out. It's just easier to be honest, it's easier to be pure, it's easier to be real. It's just the best way to go. It's just either get behind things or services and products that you believe in and that you can vouch for, or make your own and put them together, combine them with your passions, that you can just stand behind and sleep well at night knowing that you're doing good. You're just trying to do good for the world, good for the people around you. There's no need to persuade, but it can be quite useful to educate yourself on language. And books can do that, but reality will do that better. Okay, so get real.